Like and subscribe to my channel and click the bell icon to get new video updates.
A quick release date and 4 other things we like about Warcrafts Dragonflight Update 10.1. Blizzard Entertainment recently revealed the contents of the new content updates for World of Warcraft Dragonflight 10.0.7 and 10.1, and Forbes had the opportunity to interview executive producer Patrick Dawson and lead quest designer Maria Hamilton. There are a lot of things to note can rejoice the new patches, but perhaps one of the best is the timing. The next raid may be released when you are ready. Update 10.0.7, Return to the Forbidden Reach, officially arrives on March 21st. There will be a new zone, new Zskera Vault, fancy ring for new players, new events, and new pet battle challenges. The build on the public test realm has already been renamed 10.1, Embers of Neltharion, and will go live there tomorrow. An official release date has not yet been set for 10.1, but the update Enabaris, the Shadowed Crucible, the new raid that it contains will almost certainly arrive before you expect it. Dawson said Blizzard hopes to have development completed in time to hold and release it when most people are craving something beyond the current raid, Vault of the Incarnates. What does that likely mean in terms of a release date? He reiterated Blizzard's commitment to release 6 major content updates this year. The release of Update 10.0.7 on March 21st is exactly 8 weeks to the day since the last major update on January 24th. Embers of Neltharion release date is May 16th. Blizzard's release video, which aired for journalists, said Season 2 will release a week after the content update. However, whether the update will be released on May 16th may depend on players' progress in the Vault raid, rather than relying on a specific date. Dawson stressed that while there will definitely be 6 major updates coming this year, those dates may shift up or down, depending on where players are in the previous content. For now, progression through Vault is similar to what Blizzard saw in Castle Nathria, the first raid of the Shadowlands expansion. He said the same old talents for player versus player content take heart. Our Blizzard interviewees said help is on the way. One of the major systems being overhauled for 10.1 is the PvP talent system. One of the benefits of patching more frequently is iterating important in-game factors like these talents more frequently, Dawson and Hamilton said. For example, Retribution Paladins are getting a major overhaul in Content Update 10.0.7, something Blizzard may have chosen in the past to save for a major update like 10.1. Dawson said that between 10.0.7 and 10.1, the team hopes to overhaul somewhere between 9 and 15 class specializations in a significant way. He declined to give details, saying he doesn't want to promise too much, and that players would see them on the public test realm. Since some difficult dungeons from the past were eligible for upgrades, many players hypothesized that the dungeons from which these parts came would come to Mythic in Season 2 as part of Update 10.1. Fortunately, that's not the case. Instead, we have the return of solid choices in the popular Freehold and Underrot dungeons from the Battle for Azeroth expansion, Neltharion's lair and its Neltharion-related lore from Legion, and an experiment, a dungeon made from older content, Vortex Pinnacle from Cataclysm. It will be the first dungeon before the Mists of Pandaria expansion, which introduced dungeon challenge modes to gain the mythic treatment. However, players still face the dungeons Brackenhide Hollow, Halls of Infusion, Neltharion and Uldaman from the current expansion Dragonflight. Some have expressed concern about these instances due to their length and some particularly punishing mechanics. But if players haven't visited those dungeons since leveling up characters, Hamilton said there have already been some significant changes, and more are underway in the way of making them Mythic-friendly. Even if you don't play them as part of Mythic, people definitely play them. We re-recording data and keeping an eye on particularly lethal spots and painful mechanics, Hamilton said. Changes have been made throughout, and of course I would expect that as we hire more people for Mythic, we'll continue to balance and adjust as we see how it plays. As if that wasn't enough for Mythic players to have hope on top of that, Dawson hinted that another seasonal affix might be coming, potentially changing the route. The team hopes to focus on what he calls flavor for the seasonal difficulty mechanic for dungeon developers, rather than something that heavily impacts player strength. and is therefore the dungeon's defining balance. An example might be Battle for Azeroth Season 4 Seconds Awakened Obelisks, which allowed players to vault through dungeons in different ways. One of the challenges we've had in the past was that seasonal affixes carried a lot of weight, Dawson said. It was